welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to an exciting episode of CarliniPodCast. I am your host, Kim, and I am with my co-host, JB. How are you doing today, JB?
Thanks, Kim. I'm doing great, and I must say, I'm really excited about today's episode. How about you guys? How are you? I hope you're all doing well and enjoy today's topic. Anyway, let's introduce our speaker, Charlene.
Today, our speaker is Kaisel Jenny Bias. And what we will be talking about in this podcast is all about digital wellness. Hi Kaisel, welcome to the show. How do you feel about being in our podcast?
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here and talk about this important topic.
Yes, Kaisel, we are all excited for this podcast. Before we start on the topic, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a grade 7 student and I love to play online games. And I love to spend time with my loved ones, through social media and in person.
It's nice to build a strong and close relationship with your loved ones. To start off with our topic, digital wellness, could you please explain what digital well-being means and why it's crucial in today's world?
Absolutely. Digital well-being refers to the state of being in control of our digital lives and using technology in a way that promotes our overall well-being. In today's world, we are constantly connected through various devices. Digital well-being helps us strike a healthy balance and prevent technology from negatively impacting our mental and emotional and physical health.
Yes, digital well-being is your relationship with technology or the digital world and how frequently you use your gadget or apps. So what do you usually do with technology?
I usually play Hoyoverse games, chat with my close friends, and scroll through different social media platforms.
Wow, that's a lot of activities in the digital world, playing and others. As a student, how do you balance your academics and digital life?
Next question. I prioritize what's more important to do and what's urgent to maximize the time that I have, especially when the exams are coming. I avoid using too many gadgets. I time up my screen time use and I use study techniques to fasten my studying. As a student, of course, I need to prioritize my studies more.
That's interesting. Now let's talk about managing our health in terms of digital well-being. Since, as Kaisel says, digital can affect our health in different aspects. What do you think, Kim?
That's a great idea, JP, since a lot of students struggle with maintaining their screen time use or digital well-being. So, Kaisel, how can we navigate the challenges of staying connected while also maintaining our well-being?
It's essential to establish healthy digital habits. We should prioritize setting boundaries and creating designated time from unplugging from our devices. This can include practices like taking regular breaks from screens, engaging in physical activity, spending quality time with loved ones, and even practicing mindfulness or meditation.
Those are great suggestions. It's easy to get caught up in the digital world and forget about our well-being. What are some practical tips for managing our digital well-being on a day-to-day basis?
It's important to be mindful of our screen time. Well, for me personally, I plan what I'm going to do in my usual day. To manage my time well and not to be too derived from social media because I've been through that and I've struggled to save on time. So I set an alarm so when I'm sleeping. My tips for you guys are to set limits on how much time you're going to spend on social media. Browsing the internet or watching videos, many devices and apps now offer tools to track and manage screen time.
That's true. Technology can be a blessing and a curse, depending on how we use it. What other strategies can we implement to maintain a healthy relationship with technology?
One useful strategy is creating a technology-free zone, such as having a device-free bedroom or mealtime. This allows us to disconnect and fully engage with the present moment and people around us. Additionally, practicing digital detoxes regularly where you completely disconnect from technology for a set period and can be incredibly rejuvenating and beneficial for our well-being.
Well, that's a nice suggestion and tip, especially to those who are really struggling to manage their time, fully not using their devices and doing outside activities, exploring new hobbies like reading or biking, or just simply spending time with our friends or loved ones. Because spending too much time in technology can badly affect our health.
Yes, I agree, Jimmy. Spending too much time can badly affect our health, not only causing us to lack sleep from using devices until midnight, but if we manage our screen usage properly, then we're good. One thing I want to talk about is how the digital world negatively affects us. So, Kaiser, how do you avoid the negative side of social media?
Well, of course, issues on social media are blowing up too fast, and we can't avoid seeing different kinds of perspectives. There's passion, but I want to focus on the greater side of social media, where people support people. So I don't really engage with issues and negativity on social media, because the more I engage with them, the more I adapt to their toxicity, which is not good for my mental health. Instead, I always look up rather fun contents rather than issues. I always try to not use technology too much and just spend time with my loved ones more. I want to prioritize my peace for my mental health, so that's how I avoid negativity on social media.
That's a pretty good move to avoid negativity. Interesting. So, what's more interesting is that you said that you looked up for some fun contents. Can you share something more about that? What contents do you usually look up to avoid negativity in the digital world?
Yeah, sure. It is based on my mood. Sometimes when I am hungry, I watch some mukbang videos. I also listen to podcasts when I want to listen to something. And I just watch some daily vlogs from different content creators. I've learned a lot on social media, since on TikTok I saw some tips in different aspects. I have learned some study hacks, study methods, and fashion tips. I've also discovered new games, new foods from different countries. What I love about social media is not only watching vlogs and listening to songs. I like that I've met new friends from different places.
You're right, Kaisen. We can learn a lot from social media if we just look for something that is good for us and will benefit us. Exploring the digital world is nice. We can make new friends, discover new hobbies and foods, and especially communicate with our loved ones who are far from us. You're really a positive person, focusing on the brighter side of the digital world.
Yes, we should really look up to the brighter side of the digital world and not engage in negativity. And it is must efficiently maintain our digital well-being. So, Kaiser, what do you want to say to the listeners in terms of digital well-being?
I just wanted to say that when you're spending too much time in the digital world, ask yourself, is this really worth all my time? Because there are activities that are waiting for you, new things for you to discover, and even people that want to spend time with you, or even your pets if you have them. I would encourage everyone to regularly evaluate their digital habits and make adjustments as needed. Pay attention on how certain apps or platforms make you feel, and consider whether they bring value or contribute to stress and anxiety. It's okay to take breaks or follow accounts that don't serve you or follow you, and focus on using technology in a way that aligns with your well-being and goals.
Those are some valuable insights. Do you have any final thoughts or recommendations for our listeners regarding digital well-being?
It's important to remember that technology should serve us and not dominate our lives. Take proactive steps to consciously manage your technology use and prioritize activities that bring you joy, fulfillment, and meaningful connections in the real world.
That's a great point. It's important to be intentional about our digital choices and make conscious decisions that supports our well-being. Thank you again, Kaiser, for joining us today and sharing your insights. It has been a pleasure having you on the show.
My pleasure. I hope our discussion encourages listeners to cultivate a healthy and balanced relationship with technology. Remember, it's all about finding the right balance that works for you. Thank you for having me. It was a wonderful experience to be a part of this conversation. I hope our discussion helps listeners navigate the challenges of the digital age and prioritize their well-being.
That brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Remember to prioritize your digital well-being and join us next time for more insightful discussions. Stay well!
And to all our listeners, thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Digital Wellbeing Podcast. Don't forget to take steps towards maintaining a healthy balance in your digital lives. Until next time, stay well and take care.